are about to take a bath together. And by we, can't point that one right there. I'm going to get it, I'm putting you down. You're sitting here with Lester, so you better behave. There we go. All right, I'll be right back.
So, believe it or not, I really am sitting here. I am just having myself an ice cold Pepsi Zero. Jamie is going to do a video, I think, with Talisman, but she's going to let Val out of the yard. So just ignore me for now. I promise I'll leave you all alone once Jamie gets back. But I'm here for your entertainment purposes in the meantime. So, here we sit, watching the horse handler move the wild stallion out of the yard pasture into the wild. With just a simple swish of the lead, around the beast's neck it goes. Val stops to make sure everything seems safe. The horse handler puts a gentle touch down the horse's back, massaging gently on the affected area in the hip, helping soothe the muscles so that said horse can have herself a wonderful evening. And at this point, the horse handler returns across the great savannah to find her true target, the one who's going to be worked with the most, the mighty Talisman. As she approaches with great caution, like a jaguar, she swoops in, quickly inserting the halter around the neck, reaching up and under, pulling the top lead around to make a secure tie. And now, my friends, the rope halter has been attached. Without hesitation, she begins to walk this way, never allowing the beast to think any otherwise. She has claimed her place as the alpha. She has taken the role of high horse. And for once, the great Talisman realizes he's no longer in control, but instead, Jamie Cakes leads the pack, the herd. All right, I'll leave you alone now.
Okay, nobody's allowed to make fun of my heavy breathing, my sweating, multiple bending over.
Terrence, you're just gonna hush it up. Sorry, Talis.
You okay?
Well, that Terrence needs to stop. Did I spook?
Like that? You never yell like that. Only a Terrence, buddy.
Sorry, Talis.
So it's a day to do his feet. Not trim his feet. Scrub his feet. Now I'm going to pull him off first. Kind of get him in the zone. As you can see, I've also hired him to take care of the grass in the driveway. It's a multi-purpose event here. I'm going to your other side. We're not judging horsemanship here tonight, okay? That's not allowed to happen. This is just a girl taking a bath with y'all. He's a little bit nervous because all of his friends are in the pasture and he's not. He's a little anxious about what they might be doing. He's not. Look it over it. Loves when he bathes the ground and gets special attention. And eat. Alice loves to eat. realized people probably call it this a shower more than a bath, and I called it a bath. Okay. Step one is just get them wet, and step two is okay. I'll put this on your feet now. Okay.
So I'm not here as a moderator. I'm just sitting here trying to cool off from the afternoon chores. But I will let you guys know that right now Jamie's purpose is not to entertain or to host you all necessarily, but she's allowing you to watch one of her routines that she has to do. So for the folks who are saying they can't hear, it's right now it's not about that kind of a video. This is just about a routine job that has to be done, that Jamie's going live so as you can watch how she goes about doing it. But I promise you, before the live is over, she'll meet up with everybody and she'll reconnect, and then she'll talk and do all of those things.
I need a hitching post right here.
A hitching post? You trying to say get off my ass and come hold that horse? Because I'm really enjoying just sitting here. I am actually already building next week's Cahoot game. I'm not going to wait until Friday and have to scramble and try to find questions. I'm going to sit every afternoon once I'm done with the day's videos and just save my work in progress each day.
He's a little agitated because I got him out of everywhere he normally is. It's not my normal space.
I think it's cute that Val's waiting for him at the gate. Is that the stuff for the mites
Yes. So what I was gonna say is it's got to soak on here for about 10 minutes.
before you rinse it off?
Yeah. And I keep lathering it up to add more moisture because I want it to get all the way to the skin. And Talisman has incredibly thick and coarse hair. So it's so important to get all the way down and all the spots.
So the only other,
The lights.
right, so this is for the mite treatment, and the only other way you could do it is to shave all of that off, but we're trying to not do that. A lot of,
People in this area do.
yeah,
The moisture we have and
yeah, most people with these types of horses, instead of doing what Jamie's doing so many times a week, they just shave all that off and not worry about it. Yeah. But we're trying not to shave it all off, so we're just gonna see how hard it is. But it could very well be that next summer, if this ends up being just too much, then we will shave them. I think it's beautiful though with the feather. And now I know Jamie's working, but I'll just give you my input. This is not my video, but Talis is doing really good here. He and Val are both doing a lot better than I thought they were going to do. To be honest, I thought that they would step in and have a really tough go of things, but instead they've just stepped in and everyone has adapted and evolved to these two. And that's what you want to see. Even though you expect a little bit of nonsense at first between everybody, everyone trying to relearn the pecking order. What you don't want to, you just want to see it at a minimum if possible. And these guys have done so well. Jamie, I promise I'll walk away if you want me to. I just don't know.
well, you stand right there.
Okay. So you guys may hear me crunching ice because I love to we have the ice maker that has the soft ice. And You know how some ice can be hard and crunchy and some can be soft. We have an ice maker that makes soft ice. And one of my favorite things to do around this time of day is grab me a Pepsi Zero or whatever I'm drinking and fill my cup with that soft ice. And I'll end up just taking a sip of the beverage, but mostly taking a bite of the ice. And if you've never had soft ice, you don't know what you're missing out on. So this stuff has to sit for about 10 minutes before you rinse it off. That's why she's not rinsing immediately. And I don't know, Jamie may differ, but we've not seen any sign of mites, right? We're just doing it as a preventative measure.
Yeah, you have to do it preventative or you'll never get rid of them.
And so you guys may know that we think that Roman may have had a little bit of an issue at first. We began to treat him, but the way we saw it was he would scratch it a lot.
They actually call them scratches. Like,
Oh.
it's called as scratches, but it's technically mites.
So Roman would start kind of like scratching on his back legs, himself, the legs that we can't really touch a whole lot. And so we've had to give him a treatment. And he's gotten a whole lot better since, but there at first. So Roman was the only of the horses with the feather who had the issues. No one else has. But the other horses are so much easier to work with than what Roman is. And you don't have to do it to all of your horses, only those that have all of the hair along the bottom of their feet, which is called feather.
Okay, I'm also going to give him a regular bath with medicated soap because he's been too itchy. And I don't think that he has anything, but since I'm at it, that's what we're doing. And the medicated bath is just like an antifungal, antimicrobial soap, and basically just cleanses the skin. And this time of year, because they sweat so much, sometimes their pores can get clogged.
Yeah, it was kind of funny on that little video that we made. I don't know. I thought it was funny to video him scratching his butt.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, oh my golly gee, how many people says, maybe he has hemorrhoids. Maybe he has the hemorrhoids. And there's nothing wrong, I mean, maybe, but the thing is he scratches everything. So he's not just, he does not only scratch his hiney, he scratches all of his body parts. So when Jamie said he's an itchy guy, he's itchy. But we saw everything from maybe he has worms, maybe he has hemorrhoids, maybe his sheath is dirty. All kinds of different comments. And, I mean, that's possible. Or maybe he's just itchy. We have one cat you know about that is very itchy. And it will scratch itself until it... Well, even Millie. Millie's itchy.
Millie's an itchy.
Millie is just an itchy dog. Even though we give all of our dogs the same treatments, Millie is just I call her an old flea bag because she's always itchy. Talis is our only horse who's always itchy.
Always. Rudy was always itchy.
Yep. This is just a medicated shampoo that can help a little bit of that. I tell you what, I think I'm embarrassed to say that I'm also kind of, as a human, I'm itchy. I'm always itchy.
Yeah, but you can think about things and feel itchy.
I know, but I can also just walk along, and if I see a nice post, I'll just stop and start scratching myself on it. I will just lean my back up to a post and start scratching myself on it. Sorry if that grosses you all out. Just something else you didn't know about Lester. I'm always itchy.
A lot of people are gonna be like, Mark using gloves or a brush. What if he has something? Listen, I'm all over these horses every day.
So I think that you used a bad tripod here because it's actually the ring light is...
Or maybe lift it up.
I'm trying. I'm trying, Jamie.
This stuff also sits on for a few minutes, so that's why I'm not rinsing where he already has it. I'm just re-wetting to get it to soak in.
So there's nothing wrong with the screen. What you see is the ring light. We don't have a regular tripod available. So what you were seeing is the camera was sitting here. It was recording this piece of screen
Sorry, that was my
lighting.
fault.
So what we should have done was turned it around the other direction, and you could have avoided that. So I guess I'll just hold the camera.
I'm so sorry. I'm making you work this much.
Yeah, I was gonna sit here and just cool off.
Just a relaxing evening.
I end up narrating,
Sorry.
and people probably can't stand that. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm just here to hold the horse and be the voice of Jamie. Hi, y'all. Not like that. I was kidding.
Almost done, Callie, with this part.
So tomorrow is Jamie's birthday. I don't know what I'm gonna get her.
You know what we're gonna be doing though, right?
Oh, I was gonna say, hey, easy. That's the ring light. You don't eat that. So you guys,
Remember those muffins we used to have?
yeah, right. So you guys may not remember this, but he had a scratching post over at the JL Ranch, and he scratched so much he broke the post out of the ground. Completely broke the post out of the ground. Yep, he did that.
He likes that a lot. Okay. Hold on. Shampoo now for his hair.
Don't go in there. Do not go in there. Sir, do not walk in there. You're almost done. Yeah, they would get the scratching on that post, and they're so big. And all I had was a 4x4. I probably should have bought a round post. If you guys don't know this, a round post is much stronger than a square post. Did you know that, Jamie?
Yeah.
Round posts are a lot stronger than a square post. So what I probably should have done is bought me a 6 or an 8-inch round post instead of a squared post, and it would have been able to hold up to them. They would have still pushed it out of the ground, but they would not have broke it. And they actually broke the square post. But I still have all of the brushes, and I've actually even found us a round post. I have to just go and set it in the ground. I need to get me a bag of concrete and let it set. And then I might do the same thing over here. Verna, back it up. I think that Terrence is probably taking his family inside. They always start heading in around this time. And then it makes it real easy. All Jamie has to do is go out and close the door to their coop. And then we'll close the gate to their chicken yard. But we let them free range. So they usually go out around the entire property. But I know they're not in yet because look at here. I'm going to zoom in for you. I see a chicken. Is that Pea-Pat out in front of the... There's Pea-Pat right there in front of the barn. That means that Terrence is probably inside the barn on my tractor. But that's okay. That's okay. So I know the chickens have not gone in yet. I don't know why they've gotten quiet. They're probably up to something no good. Whenever they get quiet, you know they're up to something no good. Just like kids. If you got kids in the house and it gets really quiet, you better go check on them. 'Cause something's going on. I talked to my mom today, and I says, why? My exact words were, why are you calling that third room a bedroom? Well, I don't know. Why? What does it matter? Well, I said, what matters? It mattered last night. Gosh darn it. Because if you guys don't know what happened, I told Jamie we're playing a fun game of Cahoot. And we come up to one particular question. One question, boy, about how many bedrooms is in mom and dad's place that they're having built. The answer is 2. 2 bedrooms. But problem is, people are referring to that third room, which is called the playroom. It's the playroom where they're going to have toys. They're going to have toys, y'all. They're going to have their toys and a couple of chests with their bigger toys. And I says, Mom, I says, you got to start fixing that. You messing up my game. You're messing up my game night. You know, we joked about it. I laughed about it. She laughed about it. But like my mama said, my mama was real clear. She goes, well, you told them it's based off your videos, not my video. I says, that's true, Mom. The quiz is based off of my videos. And whenever me and Ben were doing a tour of the house, we talked about there being 2 bedrooms and a playroom. Oh boy, here it comes. Here comes the attitude. Here comes the attitude. Oh boy, he's so mad.
He's doing good.
You know what's kind of funny is that, believe it or not, in what we're calling one of the bedrooms, there's only going to be a futon. So, so for everyone who calls it a bedroom based on the fact that there's a bed in there, well, guess what? The Lex room is only going to have a futon. So there's a way you could argue about everything. I think that we all know what a bedroom is compared to a playroom. I think we all know what we mean. But there are some people who can take it to the next level of technical. I think this boy's about done with this game.
I know. This is, it's called soft soap, not like what's for our hands, but it oils their feathers so that the stuff, water and moisture comes out of it.
Yeah. Talis, I'm going to move this out of your way, sir. He's like, I don't like that thing staring at me.
A few spots that are like callousy,
Yeah.
and that happens to them. It's like an overgrowth of, it's called like keratin. It's kind of like our cuticles.
Yeah.
So this helps get rid of that as well. Oils underneath their skin so that it come out.
I got you.
Like when your cuticle gets overgrown and dry and it splits.
Yeah,
Spin like that.
I got you.
So you can see that little dark spot in there? That's what some of that is. I usually don't do this on camera.
I know. Well, this is, if anything, this is a good chance to remind folks about what a vlog style video is. A lot of folks who follow my channel know that we talk about it sometimes, and you kind of have to. A lot of folks don't think you need to always remind people, but in a way you do. But a vlog is a, hi there, Ranch Hand. Hi, Ranch Hand. Look at you. You come to watch Mama working? Like, I just come get me a drink of this nasty water. Guys, I promise you, we have a whole lot cleaner water than what just dripped off the house right there overnight, okay?
They love that, and I don't know why.
Who knows? But a vlog is a lifestyle channel. And our lifestyle is, in fact, animals. So what we do every day is animals. If Jamie did makeup,
Allie,
then she would be a makeup type channel.
baby, I need you to like.
If she sold jewelry, then then you would expect her to see jewelry on her channel.
One more time.
So what we do is take care of animals. And so we try to highlight what we do throughout the day for the well-being of the animals. And so I'm gonna let go now. So on moments like this, Jamie, it's impossible for her to have her camera and talk and describe everything she's doing. So this is just the kind of thing you watch and see, and you can watch how Talis is reacting to different things, and we'll explain the why we do it, and you can see how we do it, and you can watch for yourselves and see. And pretty much it's just another way to try to, well, I would call this entertaining. I would think that if I was home bored and I enjoyed watching animal stuff, I would enjoy seeing what we're doing here.
The thing is that everybody thinks it's just like throw some feet out and walk around and look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of folks don't really understand all that has to get done. I saw well, it's not about me. But yeah, just because you only see this on a video doesn't mean this doesn't happen every single day. We just don't video the same thing every single day.
Okay, come here.
It may be slippery right there. I think he's doing real well. And then normally Jamie does this when they're all in a group together. You don't always pull them apart and separate them. And he's doing really good for being separated, I think.
Yeah, normally it's like an assembly line.
Yeah, it is. That's a funny way to put it. And if you didn't hear Jamie, it's like an assembly line. All of the horses line up in order, and they all know who goes first, who goes second, who goes third. And she normally does it out there by their water trough there by the well house. So the only reason she's doing it right here is for you guys, to show you a little bit of the routine of what has to happen or how this happens and all the things, why she does it, how it looks. Well, there's our flea bag. Hey, Millie, you old flea bag. Hi, sweetie, you old flea bag. Oh, Lord. Terrence is taking his roost on the fence. Terrence? And Peepat up above him. I don't know. I know that you get shaky, you probably can't see. But out alongside the garden fence, Terrence is popped up there on that first rail. Peepat goes 2 above him. And in case you're wondering why Jamie does not video from out there, is because we don't have a signal. So you can't go live from pretty much anywhere around here besides around the shop area. And even then, sometimes it's iffy. Yeah, we're at a big disadvantage here. You can't see much with the alpaca. We can't video much with the pigs, the goats, the big birds, because we just can't get that far from the shop without losing our signal. And even though we've tried different internet routers, they call them, and even Wi-Fi extenders, huh? Extenders, it's just, you just can't seem to get a signal. I think it's because the shop is metal. It's a metal building. Hey, sweetie. Guys, don't worry if you're wondering where my girls are at. There's one of my girls. There's my other one right there. I got my girls with me, don't worry. My girls are always here. So Carl is on eggs, still no babies. I told Jamie, at what point do we go out there
hold it for 1 more minute.
and start taking eggs away? I don't want to do that, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, enough is enough. Carl, have them already. We're ready for babies. Hi, buddy. You're such a good boy. Oh, kisses. You giving kisses to everybody? He goes, hello to all of my friends. Thank y'all for watching me have a bath. Doesn't a guy get any privacy around here? Nope. No privacy around here.
Good boy, Talisman. Good boy.
If you're a part of this family, you get no privacy. None.
Bye.
Bye, bud. Guys, Jamie will walk back once she puts him to the pasture. And then, huh? I know. So if you can't see, Val has waited for him right here at the fence. I'm going to zoom in. Val has stood right there, nibbling on that hay, waiting for him to come back and join her. And I bet whenever he comes in, you're going to see them both run together to the other horses who are across the far side of the pond. I don't know that for a fact. Your animals get conditioned to their environment. And if you have them out and about with the cats and with the dogs every day, then they're not going to react to cats and dogs the way animals who are not around cats and dogs are. So our cats and dogs can sit there and walk around and sleep alongside daddy. And another example of that is how we interact with them. I understand a lot of people would like us to kind of like quiet it down and be a little more chill around the animals, but just like in a classroom teacher, your students get used to their teacher's demeanor, behavior, mannerism, and you begin to expect that. You go to, oh, you might want to bring her. Well, no, she's already gone in for the night. Yep. I'm not. I'm trying to video Val with her pretty tail growing out. All right, there they go. Here you go. Your phone is back in your hands. I'm officially out. I'm going to refill my drink.
Can I steal your chair?
You can have my chair.
Are you coming back?
You want me to bring you a drink?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Yeah, Terrence just let everybody know. He's like, everybody's back. Everybody come home. We got cats everywhere. Now I got to clean up this mess. It is a very steamy evening. And I will tell you that I am soaked to my core, and I don't know if it's sweat or the back spray from Talisman. But, you know, I sit down for a few minutes, and then when I get done with y'all before it gets dark, I'll walk out and hose everybody down, because Val is definitely waiting. That's part of the routine. She's like, how come he got something special and I didn't tonight? Normally I do this like in the pasture real quick while everybody's standing around. I'll hose everybody down, and then the two that have feathers, just Talis and Val, I'll go ahead and scrub their legs and soak the stuff on it and then spray it off. I did a few extra steps on Talis tonight. Number one, I wanted to, you know, do it up here and show y'all what some of the routine was, but also I know his itchiness, and I was like,
I don't think anything's wrong, but just to be sure, I'll give him an antifungal little soak and antimicrobial, and just try to clear some things up if that's what he's got going on. So we'll see. And then the final thing that I did was I used a thing called Farrier's soap, which is like it's a soap that helps. It's keratosis, I think is what it's actually called. Thanks, love. Keratosis, like the overgrowth of like skin cells, and it kind of bunches up and creates like a callousy material, and then that is where some of the mites can get trapped inside of that area. So you want to get rid of both. And that Farrier soap also creates like a waxy buildup on the feather, so it prevents things from getting hung up in there and lets moisture roll off instead of getting tucked in those spots. And I only do that probably once a month, versus the blue soap is about once a week, to make sure we prevent mites. If they end up with mites, you pretty much have to shave everything, and I really don't want to do that. So I think Val is still patiently waiting, which is so sweet. Talis is looking where I had a tiny bit of grain left over for Val. So he's going to go ahead and lick up every single piece before he goes and gets a drink, because that's who Talis is. I guess Lester's going to go inside for a little bit and finish his work. He was working on a video that I interrupted. But thank you to him for narrating. I hope to be able to go live a few more evenings a week and just be able to either sit down and talk with y'all or just show you what I'm doing. A lot of times it'll probably be what I'm doing versus a conversation like this. And look at Daniel Tiger. As soon as I said it, he stopped. He was totally like lurking up the driveway. Look at, what are you worried about? Who are you watching? Hurry up. No, Talis is very patient, very sweet, and he puts up with a lot of my stuff. If I had the right shampoo here, it's all the way out in the greenhouse. If I had the shampoo here, I would have did his mane and tail as well, and then combed through all of that, and he would have let me. He would have absolutely let me. He would have liked to have been tied up. He prefers that, just tell me what to do, instead of. Also, this was a very foreign spot. I've never given him a bath in this driveway right here, so. Oh, I am sweating in all of the places right now. I know a lot of people like to hear conversation the whole time, but a lot of times when I'm working with the horses, there's a lot of silence in that. There's a lot of, I'll say things to them, but I don't, my communication with them is a lot of quiet time. And you'll see that in days to come as we do a little bit more of this and that. And I don't pull them all out every night. There's no way. Like that would take me a few hours to do everybody to that caliber all night. But every night I walk out, I spray everybody down, I touch everybody's entire body. I know that sounds really strange, but I run my hand over their whole bodies. I pick up everybody's feet. I kiss them relentlessly. I tell them I love them. I spray them down. I'm checking them for any scratches, anything that feels out of place, and I want them to know that I'm there. I'm part of them. So it's kind of the routine around here in the evenings. And unfortunately, my phone signal doesn't work like Lester's does on the JL Ranch. So because there's like no cell phone service here, so I rely on Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi only goes pretty much to the rocks that I can count on, and that this top line of rocks. Our metal building messes with that quite a bit. We've like tried extenders, we've tried all kinds of repeaters and things like that, but it just sort of bounces off each other, and then it ends up getting confused, and then nothing can join it, and you get kicked off and have to restart and unhook everything. And well, sometimes I guess that the universe, the internet gods or whatever, just don't want me to share every single moment with y'all from everywhere. So that's why you probably see a lot more videos from me than lives, just because of signal stuff and because the timing of things as well. Now Talis is gonna go ahead and suck some wind, and eventually he'll make his way over to get a drink, or he's waiting for me to walk in as well because he's like, hey, you didn't do it out here. You did it up there, but not out there. If you're asking about Bruce the fish, it turns out that I am not a fish keeper. Like, I tried, okay? And it made me question my ability to keep anything alive because I couldn't keep a fish alive, but I couldn't keep a fish alive. I failed at that. Rest in peace, Bruce. Yeah. Keep in mind, I didn't go seeking out Bruce. Bruce was what I won at the Morrow family Christmas. First time ever going to the Morrow Christmas, and in the White Elephant, I come home with a fish named Bruce. That apparently I was not equipped to take care of. So, maybe in a different life, that'll happen for me. It is slow. Millie's over here completely conked out between the two trucks. You can see that I'm really entrusting her to watch everybody at this point in time, and she's working so very hard. What was awkward? Somebody says that was awkward. I couldn't keep a plant alive for many, many years. And then one year when we bought this property, it had a garden, and Lester and my mom were both like, you have to try, you have to try. And I tried, and it turned out to work out pretty dang well. And I love gardening and found a very deep passion and like therapeutic place in gardening and growing things. And initially I was not into flowers at all. I was just whatever I could grow that could produce something that was edible. And now I have found a great love of flowers and plants, almost more than the vegetables and things like that. I'm learning which vegetables I like to grow and learning ones I can grow but don't want to grow. So it's been a journey. I have found a great love of fruit trees, specifically citrus. And anything like berry-wise or anything that grows on a vine. I am struggling with regular garden things this year, and I don't know if it's the amount of rain we've had. I think it is, and it's not just because of the rain. It's more along the lines of that I couldn't use anything for pests because it would rain and wash it off. My favorite flower is actually a lily that grows in the ditches in Illinois, and it's orange. I call them ditch lilies. Don't know what the actual name of them are, but those are my most favorite. When I was younger and they would come up at about this time of year, my mom would pull over and pick some and bring them home, and they only would last that day, but that was kind of our special thing. I don't know if they're tiger lilies, are they? Because they're wild. I have tiger lilies here. Prairie lilies, maybe. They're orange. They're not callas, and they're not cannas. But they're wild, and they grow in every ditch in Illinois this time of year. We call them corn lilies in Michigan, maybe. I'll have to see if they're up there and if my mom can take a picture of them for us. And then I'll post it. They look like a daylily. Yeah, they're shaped like a daylily. But they're wild, so I don't know what the technical term of them are. What's y'all's favorite flower? See, I'm not the only one that called them a ditch lily, because that's what they are up north. They grow in the ditch. Ooh, hibiscus. I love hibiscus and plumerias. I have grown plumerias twice, and they don't do well in winter here unless you bring them in the house, which I have not done. Ooh, a sunflower. I have a random sunflower that grew. Thank you, Terrence and company. Carnations, 4 o'clocks. Oh, yes. Yep, I have fallen in love with growing flowers and plants and the landscaping type of things, but I like my landscaping to be a little bit chaotic, a little bit overcrowded, a little bit diverse in the size and stature, and I also have really grown to love perennials that come back every year. And the surprise to remember, like, oh, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Love that. A bird of paradise. So I saw one of those at the nursery that I go to, which I haven't been to in months. I should probably take a visit. But I was scared to get it because I was scared that it only blooms like once. And I didn't read up on it or anything like that. But man, they are beautiful. The firecracker plant is beautiful as well. There's Ranch Hand. Drinking that nasty gutter water. I don't know, y'all. They have 3 or 4 separate containers of water for them and the dogs, and they have one in their catio. They have a baby pool that's out on the patio. They have 2 next to the stairs that I clean personally every day. And no, they just want to drink out of the gutter water right there. I promise you, I give them clean, beautiful, scrubbed water. Who knows? Stars of Bethlehem. Amy, I tried to grow hollyhocks this year. I planted several of them, and they have not come up yet. And when we were kids, my grandmother grew hollyhocks, and we would take them apart and make them look like little dolls. Have you ever seen that, where you like take the flower off and take the top off, and that makes the bottom of the dress, and the not so open flower becomes the top, so it becomes the head? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Heather does remember it. Okay, good. We did that when we were kids, and then my mom reminded me of it, and I had forgotten all about it. So this year I planted some, and sure enough, they haven't come up yet. Maybe they won't till next year. Maybe I was too late. I do have a passion flower plant, and I really thought that it was going to grow passion fruit, and then I learned later that you have to have a male and a female. Well, it doesn't say male or female on my plant. I can only assume that it's male because it's never produced a piece of fruit. So now I got to figure out how the heck do I find a female one and where, because I have no idea. Well, all of my horses have, quote, left the building and are making their way around, and I'm guessing, oh yeah, they're done with me. They're not even going to wait anymore. They're like, forget it. Mom doesn't love us anymore. She's not going to spray us down with anything. Tonight's just not our night. But in reality, I need to go check their water troughs. So, I hate to do it to y'all, but I'm gonna let you go because I need to do that before it gets dark and before I get eaten up with mosquitoes as well. Thank y'all for joining me on a bath night. Perhaps another night we'll take a bath together again. Talis hears me talking and he's like, wait, is she coming? Is she gonna make it out here? I'm coming, baby, I'm coming. Y'all, I love you so much. I'm gonna take a few steps out here. I love you too, Terrence, I do. I'm gonna go finish my chores for the night and take care of my animals. I know that I'll catch you tomorrow, and I hope you all stay safe and that you stay well. Thank you for joining tonight. Sorry you had to see me bend over and sweat. I love you all. Talk to you soon.